Hey guys, Stoppable here, and I'm back with another tutorial on how to be a better player. This video though is about the jungle and how to be a good jungler. So, first off, you have to understand that control is the key to be a good jungler. By this I mean you should act as a second support for your team. You need to remember timings, you need to ward, you need to remember when enemies have used their ultimates, you need to help lanes, you need to farm, you need to know summoner spells, when they're on cooldown or not. There are a lot of things you should do to be a good jungler, and it's a balance that is hard to master. So, let's start with timings. Small camp spawn at 1 minute and 40 seconds. Red and blue buff spawns at 1 minute and 55 seconds. You don't have to time the first time you kill them, because they will always be up at 7:15 if you start wolves blue or wraiths red. It's after this you have to start typing the timings in chat so that you have control of your own jungle. This also applies if you invade their jungle and steal a buff. If you time their blue buff, for example, then you get a huge advantage over their jungler and mid, since you know when it spawns and they don't. Then you can set up a gank at their blue, so you get a kill, and then eventually you can go for a dragon. Another way of control is wards. Oh, these freaking wards. Gotta love wards. Wards wins games. Basically just good stuff. If you buy a ward, you will most likely save a life or kill. If you get invaded early by, for example, the lovely Miss Shyvana, then the first thing you should do when you go back the first time is buy wards, and then you place them at your jungle entries. This will give you the knowledge of where she is. You can go for a kill and make her regret invading your jungler. And when I say go for a kill, I mean you should ping where she is, so you and your team goes there, because most people can't really 1v1 a Shyvana. Not at early levels anyway. Warding is crucial throughout the game, and at my ELO I always end up warding mid and top lane when I play as a jungler, because they usually just don't do it by themselves, so might as well do it. Warding enemy buffs is another great way to catch their jungler when he doesn't expect it. So, the ganking part, the part where most junglers just fuck up. So, ganking. I mean, this is what makes or breaks you as a jungler. Some champions excel at it in the early levels, such as Lee Sin, Shaco, Rammus, etc. Other champions aren't that great at it until they hit level 6, like Warwick or other awesome. I myself play Skarner a whole lot in the jungle, and his ganks are pretty solid from level 1 as well, but level 2 and at level 6 they are basically godlike. Remember that a gank is not a fail if the enemy doesn't die. If he blew his flash, for example, that's a successful gank. If he had to recall, that's a successful gank. But then again, if he got a double kill on you and your laning partner, that's just bad, and you should go die in a corner and stop playing for a while, because, don't feed dumbass. Pah! The most important thing when ganking is to give your lane the kill. But this is, I'm not sure in solo queue though, because you can't really trust other people, but it all depends on who you're jungling with. So take the kills if you are like Nocturne, Lee Sin, Skarner, etc. But if you're Maokai, just give them away. You also need to learn which champions that are hard to gank. Well, hard or impossible. Impossible to gank is someone like a level 6 Olaf with Ghost, or a level 6 Nidalee. And when you're ganking, please do not waste time just standing in a bush and wait for them, because, I mean, okay, 5 seconds. That's usually a good amount of time, but if you wait longer than that, you're gonna fall behind, and it's just gonna snowball in the wrong direction. You should always try and keep your jungle clear, and remember to give blue buffs to your mid or top depending on who needs it the most. So when they get it, they can dominate their lane a lot easier. Oh, for those of you that buy Wriggles on every jungler, please take a look at your champion's skills before you buy it, and really contemplate if it's worth it or not on that specific champion. If you take Warwick for example, it's a waste most of the time. It's better to just buy Madreds and then leaving it at that, because he already has that sustain and everything. And for those of you that buy Wriggles on Skarner, I mean, what in the fuck are you thinking? I mean, it's 9 out of 10 players are buying Wriggles on Skarner, and it's just so dumb. Please stop doing it, and stop doing it now. It makes no sense to buy it on him. Please, just buy a Sheen, and it will still do the same amount of damage, even when the procs and everything. So, yeah, please, no Wriggles on Skarner, please. And remember to communicate with your team and try to keep a good tone when talking to your team. Even if your team is doing poorly, just dig deeper and try harder. There aren't any better wins than to come back from a really bad start. Good luck, and don't chop down too many trees while jungling. Except if it's Maokai, chop that fucker to pieces. Hope you learned something. Goodbye. Please leave a comment and rate. If you think it's shit I'm doing this, then please dislike. If you think it's good, then please like it so I get motivated to doing more of them. Thank you. Bye bye.